Hi everyone, as the pump continues, I will show you my preferred scenario on the high time frame, the medium time frame, and the low time frame. So on the high time frame, we're looking for this WXY with inside the X an ABC expanding flat, and then inside the yellow C a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move. Now wave 4 bounced perfectly on the 0.5 fib, taken from the low of 2 to the high of 3, for then a potential trading setup of entering here at the lows of this basically WXY on the medium time frame. Invalidation for a wave 4 is being at the same price action or inside the same price action as a wave 1, so that was a clear invalidation for a move to the upside, with the target then being the most common wave C target, which is this white box in between 27.7k and 34k. On the left side, you see two fibs as well, which are actually very important because these are taken from the all-time high to the low of W, and in a WXY, wave X should at least usually hit the 0.382, which currently sits at about 29.7k. So this is at least a very important target. Besides, it also matches with the support area, which can then turn into resistance for a potential short idea that you see here on the right side, where we could enter some short positions inside the white box. Eventually the stop loss somewhere above. Just take into notice that this is also still a rare wave C target all the way up to basically 40k. So very important to at least take that into account with the stop loss, but this is an interesting area for potential shorts for then eventually a wave Y to the downside, with a target of 12.7k, which also matches with a yet to be touched area, backtest area, basically after the bull run we had over here. We never came down and tested this area, so this could be a very interesting area for then potentially a long trade. However, wave Y has lower targets, as you can see, but this is the first target for a wave Y. Now then, on the medium time frame, I'm looking for the following, where currently we are of course in a very impulsive move to the upside. The wave 4 on the high time frame eventually consisted of a 3 wave in the W, 3 wave X, and eventually a 3 wave in the Y. Now when we would go to even lower time frames, especially wave Y had a, let's say, very unique count on the lower time frames, especially because this X wave and then a WXY, this X wave was very, very, very shallow, which is very uncommon. And also wave Y hit the 1.618 target, which actually is a rare target and the maximum target that a wave Y can have. But if you go to the daily time frame, you can see we wicked into the 1.618 and eventually had this move to the upside. Now, for this pump to the upside, I actually have to go to the lower time frame scenario that I'm currently running, where obviously this looks to be an impulse. Also, when looking at the volume, we can see that the volume has been increasing with the move to the upside. And if I go just a little bit lower, what I think is important is, I think either yesterday or 2 days ago, we were messing around with this section over here. Like, what is it? You know, we have a 3-wave structure over here, and that was what it looks like a 3-wave structure followed by some sort of a 3-wave structure, and then potentially seeing more downside in then, you know, some sort of an AB or WXY or whatever it was. However, in this case, seeing the pump, of course, in hindsight, that is, this could have been very well be a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. So with a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, first of all, they are very difficult to recognize, which clearly was the case as well on Elliott Wave YouTube. But this is a 5-wave structure for wave 1, followed then by a zigzag 2. 5-wave structure over here in the blue one, that should take the high of this green one, which it did. And then eventually a correction again in the wave 2, another 5-wave move in this one, which then is the beginning of a bigger wave 3, like the very impulsive move, as we can see now, and then eventually a 3-wave zigzag in wave 2, creating a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, where each one is taking the high of the previous one. What you then get is a, well, very impulsive move to the upside in this scenario. And it doesn't really, honestly, at the moment, it doesn't make sense to count what is happening over here. This could be a potential high of the white 3 and then the 4 over here. However, it can also be very simply like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with then the white high being somewhere over here and a 4. Like, because it is so impulsive and we didn't yet really get a range, it doesn't make sense to really count this. It's more like go with the flow, and yeah, the bullish scenario on the high time frame is the preferred scenario. So yeah, we're basically looking for upside in this scenario. However, we're already quite far in the pump, so it doesn't really make sense at the moment to enter while price is going at no financial advice. But when price is going so quickly, so high, or moves up this quickly in a short amount of time, it doesn't really make sense to enter here now at basically the high that we made. So I would personally prefer, if I'm not part of this pump at the moment, I would be looking for some sort of a range to form, and then once the range is forming, make sure that based on your strategy that you have and the requirements that you need to enter a trade, you tick all the boxes for eventually a continuation to the upside, because of course in this case the longs are preferred because of this bullish scenario that we have on a lower time frame. Again, no advice, but seeing this, in my opinion, for myself, the longs are preferred instead of the shorts, especially taking into account once more, because I love showing this high time frame count. Looking at the high time frame count and the common wave C target, it just makes sense to at least keep an eye on long scenarios that you can find on lower time frame to still be part of the pump. Of course, clear validations, good entries with requirements and strategy, and then a clear target. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope it was insightful with a little bit of insight in my preferred bullish scenarios on the high time frame, medium time frame, and the low time frame. I'd like to thank you for watching and subscribing, and I see you at my next video tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central East European time. Bye bye.